Brickworks works closely with Australia's architectural community, and we do what we can to engage with them, support them with their projects. Back in 2008, we saw an opportunity to sponsor this great event in a really exciting setting here in Venice. And it gives us all an opportunity to collaborate and talk about everything to do with architecture.
Venice has been here for 2,000 years, built on water, and it is very much the fulcrum of art and architecture every year. This year's Architecture Biennale. It's such an important event that it's good for us to come every 2 years and understand what the conversation is about architecturally at the moment.
Coming to Venice with Brickworks is a great opportunity to get an insight to how some of the products that are made here that we might use in our projects.
We take the opportunity to take our clients on tours whenever possible. So this week we've also had the privilege of attending our partners' factory, San Selmo. We took 60 architects there. We went through their innovation lab. We took them through how our brick factory operates here in Italy and some of the exciting and unique products that they make from there.
So Brickworks is always very generous. They really provide us with a lot of tours. And then today was an amazing visit actually to a factory that does glass bricks. And so you see this very hot liquid that holds light in it. And you can see the color changes throughout as they cool down and becomes glass. We got to see glass blowers creating beautiful pieces for sculptural. And it was incredible to see the artistry behind the people and how meditative the process was. It was a great experience and something that we really want to use in our business, and we want to try and sort of integrate it to the design.
So whenever we can, we take the opportunity to take clients to amazing architecture. So this year, we took them to the Brion Cemetery. It's really exciting when you see the look on their face to see a piece of architecture that they'd studied at university and now seeing for the first time. It's really rewarding for us as a company to give our architect clients that opportunity to see some amazing pieces of architecture.
And so now we're down at the Brickworks Bar on the Grand Canal, which is a real highlight of coming to Venice for the Biennale, to hang out and catch up with architects, some of which I've only seen here for the last 2 years. So it's a bit of a funny joke that we only see each other in Venice. But it's a really beautiful thing that Brickworks and the Australian Institute of Architects do to get us together here and celebrate not just architecture, but our community as well.
We're here today for the opening of Australia's exhibition at the Venice Architecture Biennale, and Brickworks has proudly been a sponsor as principal partner to see the exhibition by the creative sphere called HOME. What's exciting about this year's exhibition, HOME, is it really represents country.
Aboriginal people from Australia have created this handmade environment, and we are welcomed in that space in order to make connections with people and to really feel like we belong here.
The opening of the pavilion is part of a network of activities. It starts right down at the grassroots with students from 11 Australian universities participating in making objects. Those objects then find their way onto a world stage as part of the creating of the exhibition.
So today was the opening and launch of the Australian Pavilion. An amazing experience, pretty emotional experience, I would say. The first time there's been an all First Nations creative director sphere at the Australian Pavilion.
We always start by acknowledging the ancestors of the place where we gather, but then more broadly acknowledging the ancestors and all of the people who have helped us on this journey and set the tone and the feeling of the space.
And it's done in a circular form so that it invites you in and you move around to get into the gallery space proper. And as you move in, you start to see that there's this beautiful structure that we call the living cloak that envelops and embraces the whole space. And then within that, there is this gathering area, the ceremonial space. And that's about bringing people together to create dialogue. In the context of the pavilion theme, home, that's something that we can return people as a foundational question about what does home mean?
Home is an embodiment of Indigenous knowledge systems, cultural practice. And for us as First Nations people from Australia, home is country. And it is the greatest respect for country. What we want this to be is an entirely tactile experience. Every time you touch something in this exhibition, your hands are touching something that a member of the creative sphere has made. So it's an incredibly connective architecture. We trust our audiences to come through here and to treat each living belonging with the greatest respect. We are very much in Venice, in this space. We've been conscious of the materials that we select in them being sourced, because everything that we do has an impact upon place and community.
So all the material choices that we've specified in this project is intended to return back to the place that it came. In this instance, Italian country, Italian landscapes. Exhibitions are notoriously really unsustainable. To be able to use materials that be able to return to where they came and stop damaging country was one of the key decisions around using this materiality. Another thing that we hope to achieve is we want people to break down hierarchies and share their stories with one another, connect, become families, not just colleagues. Some people see architects as quite ignorant people who sketch and doodle on drawings and then hand that over to people that aren't connecting with the stories of projects that they're working on. We hope that internationally, people feel a sense of obligation and that they feel like their narrative is also embedded within any architectural response of projects that they're working on.
I think the project of globalisation has never been more at risk. And I think in the project of the vernissage, there is an intense moment of people coming together, sharing experiences, learning from each other. And that's something to be really valued and as a powerful instrument for every architect, every member of the Institute to participate in.
So Brickworks looks forward to celebrating many more Venice Biennales with Australia's architectural community here in Venice. We look forward to partnering with the Australian Institute of Architects and talking and celebrating everything to do with Australian architecture.
I feel really proud about being here and being an Australian architect together with a really great group of people. And yeah, we're representing Australia, and that's important.
Australian architecture has an incredible opportunity to lead on the global stage, and I think we are. And that is incredibly exciting for our profession in Australia.
There's a level of being incredibly proud of our profession, not only for getting together and being able to support, fund and make this happen, but also for the leadership that the profession is showing, I think globally, around what it means to be a responsible citizen of the planet and a responsible architect within the built environment of the world.